My name is Ellis Mims, better known as Rari Blck. Up and coming artist out of the Bay Area, 22 years old. Yeah, I do hip hop, rap, mainly R&B. But yeah, just up and coming artist. So.
Yeah, switching up my motors on the weekend. Baddest of the baddest, but she teasing. Flew into the city on a red eye. I know we moving different, yes, there is a reason. Bet, I know I'm tangled in these different goals. I did some things that at this moment I would not condone. Shh, they telling me keep quiet, Rory. More concerned about the main and the after party. Yeah, I speak my words and then I let them dance. The way I move this pen, a nigga need the best of bands.
My biggest inspiration would probably have to be church. I think that's where I first found my love for music. Um, my mom had me in like a drumming class, and she had me playing the piano. Then I was just church, like being in church. You're always around music, and you're always around people. Finding new melodies, new tunes with a lot of different instruments. So that's kind of where I just found my love for music, and from there, I still, even as I still go to church, I do steal a lot of melodies from a lot of different church songs and things that I hear. So even though you may not see that directly in the music, a lot of that does come from like a lot of gospel music and things like that. And then also, I think this is gonna sound weird, but colors. But what I mean by that is like different colors. I know everybody's like, yeah, that make like different colors evoke different emotions, but I'm talking about like really specific colors. I do draw a lot from the different moods and different feelings that come from the different colors. So what you'll see is like I have like those lights in my room or my studio. So when I record, depending on the type of music that I'm making, that's the color light that will be on, or that's the color shade that will be in the room because I draw on those colors for those different moods and different sounds and things like that. I have a certain mood for that time, and then I'll find the color that kind of matches that mood, and then I kind of like feed off of it. So if I'm in like a more upbeat type mood, then maybe I'll have like I don't know, like an orange on. See, because like colors can go like different ways too. So like a red, I may be like a more like angry, like more like attack the mic type mood, or maybe like a red, maybe like a more melodic, smooth like R&B type thing. So it's really just like setting that creative space for myself to be able to step into it and be able to create like the best art that I
Yeah, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The honest attempt at us finding the truth. The way that we love, but it always a ruse. We stay playing dirty, I'm calling the truce. You wanted me there, but I'm giving the boot. You say it's not fair, but I'm throwing the deuce. You say I'm the one, but you rounding your troops. I built it for two, guess it wasn't for you.
my style. This has been the question of the past 2 years. So I've been making music for 2 years, and these last 2 years, even though I've been putting out music, has essentially been me. If you really trace my releases and what's been out, it's really me finding who I am as an artist and my style. So at the point that I'm at now, and I think this is kind of where my style is, or at least heading to, because I tend to always come back to the type of music that I'm making now. It's more of like a darker, laid back, um, melodic R&B type style, and everybody's always like, "Oh, like we're tired of the singing, or we want more like hard rap and stuff like that." And I'm like, yes, I can make that, but ultimately, my style always takes me back to the type of music that like I like to make, the darker, laid back, more chill, um, smooth music that I like. So I think that inspiration for my visuals really stems from the fact that I want my music to be like interpreted differently, if that makes sense. I I see a lot of visuals that are out there today, and I really like them, but I always want my visuals to not be like way way different from everybody else's, but different to an extent like people are like, wow, that's kind of like they're unsure about it at first, but it's something they can like grow into. And you'll see more of that with the upcoming visual that's coming out. Stay tuned for that in a couple or a month or two. But yeah, in terms of inspiration for that, a lot of my songs are actually created with a visual in mind. Even though the final visual may not be what I had in my mind at first, when I make the song, I'm actually planning the music video as. So each song that I have, even though it may not have a music video out, in my mind there is a music video to it. If I had like, you know, a $200,000 budget, every song would have like a video to it. But yeah, every song that I make, or every piece of music that I make, has like a visual to it, because that's just the way I interpret music. Aurora Black Records. This is something that is still in the works. It's very soon to being, I guess, becoming like official. But Aurora Black Records is. It was going to be just a record label at first, kind of what I'd be signed to, kind of what I would grow as I grew as an artist. Aurora would grow with me, but now Aurora Black Records is actually going to become Aurora Black Enterprise. So it's actually going to be more than just a record place for musicians to come. It's going to be a place for creatives and a lot of other things to come from it. I just so happen to, or it's just so happen that it's going to start through the record, because like as I grow, like I said, Aurora's going to grow too. So, but yeah, Aurora Black is what I'm signed to. But technically, I started it. So like I'm signed to. I started the record label I started. But yeah, it's the up and coming record label. It will be one of the biggest in a few years. Just, you know, keep an eye out for it. But yeah, Aurora Black. So
I'm excited for Rari Blck.